What are you doing to ensure that this is an area of strength for you, which clearly it is already without question, but also those that you are mentoring and the women who are following you in all of these various different positions and organisations that you're involved with, one of them being chief, which is similar. We have a similar one out here in Australia called Chief Executive Women.
Um, well, I think there's two sides to that. What am I doing in order to keep practicing it? And that's what I would say is the word practice, just constant striving to be better. I like to think of myself as a sponge. I think that, practice makes better. I think that every day you have to strive for that 1% effort to make moves. So I have zero complacency, that I have learned it all or know it all or am even doing all that good of a job. Just keep trying and keep learning. And then for helping others, I think radical candor, really speaking into this issue, having an opportunity like this to talk about it. But when I have mentees or I have individuals and women that I'm mentoring or managing, or dress codes I'm building for work or expectations and standards I'm setting, I think that being honest about expectations, whether that be how they show up to work, from the way they dress and present themselves to the way they take opportunity. I often talk to women who I have the privilege to mentor about no one cares about your career as much as you do. So you have to let your managers around you know what you are interested in doing and the ambitions that you have. And you have to raise your hand for additional responsibilities and opportunities and look for those. If you're quietly in the back and don't get noticed, don't be surprised. Sit with your hand up in the front and you'll be amazed at what chances that will bring.
I love that phrase. No one cares as much about your career as you do. How many women do you think have not realized that?
Way too many. I think so many women, probably so many people in general, but I certainly, since we're talking about women here, I think certainly too many women wait to be recognized,
Mm.
wait for someone to tell them they're ready or that to ask them to apply for a job or a project or a special assignment instead of raising their hand and saying, that's something I want to do. Or letting their manager know my ambition is to be promoted within a year, or my next job that I'd like to do, or my next skill I would like to learn is this, because that moment empowers your manager, your leader, your mentor, your whoever it is to help make those opportunities possible. But if you don't speak up, sometimes you're waiting in a crowded, very, very loud room, to be noticed.
Well, it gets back to the old saying that women don't like to self promote. And, you've come from a sales background and I have a sales background. It's one of the things we have to do, isn't it? We have to sell ourselves. We have to talk about ourselves and what we're good at and what we would like to do moving forward. So, all really fabulous pieces of advice, Heather.
Absolutely. The big difference between confident and cocky. And if you can find the space of confident and sharing the things that you've done well, I think other people respect those.
So it's good to have an ego, but leave it at the front door, correct?
Absolutely.